Hello and welcome to this history tutorial on the Wall Street crash and its impact 1929 to 1933. This is for Edexcel GCSE Weimar and Nazi Germany. Today we will cover the Wall Street crash of 1929 and the resulting depression within Germany and why this led to a fall in support for the government. The Wall Street crash ended the economic recovery that Germany had experienced since 1924. In October 1929, the Wall Street stock market in America crashed. It sparked a global economic crisis and meant the USA could no longer afford to prop up the German economy. Germany's economic recovery between 1924 and 1929 had been built on unstable foundations, and the biggest problem was that the recovery was very much dependent on American loans, which had been agreed as part of the Dawes Plan. After the Wall Street crash, the USA couldn't afford to lend Germany money anymore and suspended future payments. They also requested that Germany pay back some of the previous loans. This was disastrous for the German economy, and it simply collapsed without American aid. Industrial production went into decline, factories closed, and banks went out of business. There was also mass unemployment. In October 1929, 1.6 million people were out of work, and by February 1932, there were over 6 million. This included 40% of all factory workers, 50% of all Germans between the age of 16 to 30, and 60% of university graduates. As a result, many types of people suffered. In March 1930, the Weimar Republic appointed a new Chancellor, Heinrich Brüning, to deal with the crisis in Germany. He introduced a series of tough economic measures to keep inflation from rising like it had done in 1923. Brüning's economic policies were not popular among the German population. He increased the cost of imported food to help German agriculture, but this also raised food prices. Government salaries and pensions were reduced and taxes increased. This just added pressure on many Germans who were already struggling. And social services were cut back and unemployment benefit was reduced. Simply put, Brüning's economic policies seemed to make life in Germany worse. They had been designed to help the economy, but they also caused the standard of living to fall. Brüning became known as the Hunger Chancellor. By 1932, many different sectors of society were discontent with the Weimar government. High unemployment and reduced benefits meant the government lost the backing from the working classes, who had always formed a large part of their support. As a result, they began to look towards alternative political parties like the Nazi Party and the Communist Party. Brüning's economic policies were also unpopular in the Reichstag, and as a result, he became reliant on Article 48 to pass policy. Remember, Article 48 was written into the Weimar Constitution and gave Brüning the power to pass laws without the Reichstag. It was intended to be used in emergency situations only. By 1932, Brüning was regularly bypassing the Reichstag to force through his economic policies. He used Article 48 66 times in 1932 alone. In summary, the Wall Street crash of 1929 led to a Great Depression in Germany, which led to 6 million being unemployed by February 1932. Brüning, the Chancellor, brought in to try and tackle the depression, only appeared to make the situation harder on the German people through his tough economic policies. Brüning raised taxes to try and increase government income, but alongside this also cut unemployment benefits. The cost of food increased during this period, and Brüning became known as the Hunger Chancellor. Under these circumstances, the German people started to look at other political groups, such as the Communists and the Nazi Party, that were promising to solve the problems in the German economy. To get further help, visit history.outwood.com, see your teacher in school, or check out quiz.outwood.com for those sweet revision quizzes. You can also follow the Outwood Humanities team on Twitter at OGAT Humanities. Until next time, that was a little bit of history.